So we got a lot of stuff today. I can already tell that the aftermath of this video is going to be an absolute disaster.
1,000 packages. We literally have so many. We have extra just because like Christmas presents and all that stuff. So I'm gonna do a little unboxing. I'm not gonna show everything in detail. Parker just told me I'm not allowed because it'll be too much footage to cut through, but there is so much stuff.
Recently, I watched a video from The Financial Diet on consumer habits that make us depressed. And in it, Chelsea mentioned something that really stuck with me. She was talking about hauls and how a lot of hauls are now sponsored by specific brands, which means the creator don't actually pay for the clothes, and how you might compare yourself with them and all the things they own, often forgetting that they didn't pay for a bunch of the stuff you see them wear. I want to take that even further and kind of look at the average lifestyle content creator. Because they show so much of their lives, not only what they wear, it gives us an even bigger opportunity to compare ourselves to them and all the things they own. And again, a lot of the stuff they use, they wear, or have in their house are things that they once got paid to promote or just got for free in PR packages. In today's video, I want to explore how these products influence us and how they are sort of insidious, semi-permanent product placements we aren't always able to recognize as such. I will examine why we are seeing so many sponsorships and PR packages on social media, the problem with free items constantly being featured in people's content, and how all of this shapes our consumer habits. I'm actually working on a video that will be out in a few weeks that will go a lot more in depth about the whole monetization of content and various income sources for influencers, including sponsorships, so stay tuned for that. For today, I want to focus on how our favorite influencers' lives are filled with stuff they either got for free or once got paid to promote. The main culprit are lifestyle influencers and vlog channels because they are the ones that show their lives. And so the chances of previously gifted or sponsored items appearing is higher than, say, a tech channel that only shares sit-down videos. So what are sponsorships, and what's the difference between sponsorships and PR packages? Sponsorships are videos or posts where the content creator is being compensated by a company to advertise a product or service. PR packages, on the other end, are packages that companies send to influencers with or without their knowledge, in the hopes that they will feature it or mention it on social media. They usually don't come with any form of explicit expectation from the company or obligation for the content creator. Examples include when reviewers get stuff sent for free for review before release, be it tech, makeup, baby gear, skincare, etc. If the brand wants the influencers to commit to create content featuring their product, then it becomes a sponsorship and will usually involve a contract and financial compensation, although some smaller creators will create content in exchange for free products sometimes as well. There are different types of sponsorships. Most sponsorships will involve a direct mention or segment in a video. Sometimes the segment will be related to the video's content, like a nighttime routine featuring a specific skincare company's products, or a vlog featuring a meal kit brand like HelloFresh as they prepare dinner. Other times it will have no interference with the content, for example, when Squarespace or Skillshare sponsors a vlog. Some of the times the sponsorship will be what is called fully integrated, meaning the full video will be dedicated to the brand sponsoring the video. For instance, a Shein try-on haul or a full review video of a single product. I think it's important to highlight that sponsorships are the primary way influencers can make money on Instagram, and they are also an incredibly lucrative alternative revenue stream for YouTube content creators. YouTube content creators can usually monetize their videos unless the topics are deemed too controversial. But since the adpocalypse of 2017, the platform's revenue sharing model isn't always enough to support your favorite content creators. In terms of PR packages, they became widely popular a few years ago as advertisers realized it was a good return on investment for free exposure and allowed them to target a more specific audience than buying ads online and in media. There's also this assumption that influencers provide a more organic or authentic mode of promotion than other marketing tools. However, PR packages have become a bit excessive in the recent years. First, there was this wave of hyper-extravagant PR packages being sent to big influencers, which was presumably a tactic brands used to get their packages featured in a haul or vlog or something. These packages went as far as sometimes featuring mini TVs or things that had absolutely nothing to do with the product itself, and was one of the most wasteful eras I've ever seen. And it still goes on sometimes. Hannah from Smoky Glow made a whole video talking about these, so I will link it down below if you want to learn more about that. In researching for this video, I actually came across the next trend, I guess, in the world of PR packages, which is incredibly large PR unboxing videos, which again are very wasteful and apparently gather an actual audience. I was actually so fascinated by that I'm actually probably gonna make a whole video about this. Lately, along with big influencers still getting copious amounts of free products, there's also been more PR efforts towards micro-influencers, which are influencers with smaller audiences. I guess the idea is that they're more likely to share free products they get because they don't get as many, and also may feel like the next iteration of that genuine authenticity brands are looking for. Also, during my preparation for this video, I stumbled across this IG story from Sarah Therese, which I believe perfectly demonstrates how influencers are in the business of making money through the items they promote to you. I appreciate how candid she was about the fact that she is running a business and will partner with brands and make money promoting their products.
Hey guys, let's talk about this couch, okay? So I mentioned to you guys previously I want a new couch, a leather one. I had some companies reach out. I was gonna, I think a lot of people when I talked about getting a couch from a company, they immediately are like, it's a free couch and she just gets a free couch. No, I was in some contracts and yes, duh, I was gonna get a free couch. I don't pay companies to work with them. Companies will pay me with product and then also with my usual rates, because guess what? I don't live on this planet for free. I actually need to make money. But I had my name on a few contracts with a few companies kind of like here and there talking about upgrading my couch. Each of the companies knew about each other and it was actually kind of really cool to like talk back and forth between them. But people were like, Sarah, that is so dumb. Just buy one. And I was like, well, I actually can't because I signed a contract. So if I'm signed in with a contract, it would be really dumb for me to buy myself a new couch, even though, of course, that's doable and we have the ability to do so. But if I'm signed in with a contract with a company who is looking towards paying me to show off and advertise their cool leather couch, it would be really dumb for me to buy a leather couch and then they would send me one. But it looks like these contracts are kind of getting ripped up and torn into the fire, or ripped and torn up and thrown into the fire, because it's literally been, for one of them, almost a year now. And I'm kind of like, we're past our contract period and all this doesn't really matter, so... Anyway, I like eating food, I like living in a house, and because of that, I like working with companies that not only give me free product, because guess what, girl can't live on free product alone, but they have to pay me for it as well, because I need to actually make money for my family, and for my kiddos, and for my future. And if I ever did get free product, please know it's free. It's still my time and effort and energy and everything else to talk about things that are just kind of sent to me. I actually lose money, for the most part, when I do that.
Getting to what I actually wanted to talk about today, influencers obviously get tons of stuff for free. Sometimes they get it with no expectation of a mention, and other times they actually got paid to feature it in a specific video or post. In either case, what happens to those items? I mean, the ones that are actually valued by the influencer will most likely stay in their lives and make occasional appearances in their content, right? So here's where I'm going to pull my receipts and give you a bunch of concrete examples. But before I do that, I want to say that I am not trying to single any of these influencers out. They just happen to be some of the influencers that I follow and therefore was able to use as examples of this, but pretty much every single influencer imaginable will do this. So when influencers get gifted clothes, if they wear them, they are essentially walking advertisement for the brands still, even after making the original sponsored content. Like, if Nikki Blackadder wears this white fox outfit any other time than in this video, or if Sarah Therese wears any of those Everlane clothes, or if Vivienne V wear this Fabletics outfit, if Nicolay Green ever uses these e.l.f. products, or features the Haka ladybug she got for a sponsored video in any other video or content, she's kind of still promoting gifted items, right? Or what about furniture? That's a big one for lifestyle content because we see them in their house all the times. Nancy Nguyen made a sponsored post with Article and another one with Ruggable recently, but we're likely to see these pieces in future content without more mention of the fact that they were actually gifted to her. Same with Delilah Lepke. She got both her living room couch and her outdoor couch sponsored by Article. Yet we can see them in so many other videos. Aspen and Parker's got this Nordic Track treadmill sponsored a couple months back, and we have seen it in a bunch of other videos since then. Just like with all those Kiviko sponsored videos where you will most likely see some of the toys again and again. Here is Nancy again with a collection of cuddling kinds, stuffed animals, and just like so many other mom micro-influencers. And these dolls are almost worth $100 each. They most likely got them for free. There are so many more examples of this, like all those Our Place Always Pan everyone seemed to have at some point, or these large play structures often gifted to mom influencers. Hopefully you get my point. I'm not saying that any sponsored items should only be used for the purpose of the sponsorship or that one piece of content, or discarded, because that would just be wasteful and very impractical. But rather, my point is that what we see in those influencers' homes, what we aspire to, is largely, or at the very least partially, acquired through sponsorships and PR packages. Meaning they did not actually buy those things. And because this cannot be disclosed every single time the item appears, it becomes very misleading in a way. We end up comparing the things we have to theirs, but it's not really fair because we would actually have to spend our own money to get the things they got for free. Another thing I did realize while researching for this video is that influencers are really bad at properly disclosing sponsorships in the first place and following FTC guidelines. And actually, they are even more terrible at disclosing free product because the guidelines are even less clear. So sometimes they will volunteer the information through a hashtag gifted, but that's definitely not often the case. And let's be clear that tagging the brand is not proper disclosure. You're giving them free exposure and never tell anyone that you got the stuff for free. That's straight up not ethical. I actually fell down that rabbit hole so deep that I'm actually going to make a whole video soon on improper paid promotion disclosure and FTC non-compliance. I don't know if that's something you're into. It might be super boring, but it's way too much of a systemic issue with people whose job is literally to make sponsored content. I just want them to be more accountable and more responsible with that. So, because their poor communication can really affect us, the consumers who blindly listen to their recommendations and put our trust in them. And especially since most of the time they are also getting affiliate sales revenues from those things they recommend to us. There's just some unethical stuff going on here. I guess all we can do for now is become more aware of our influences, understanding that the people we follow and sometimes look up to are making money every day promoting stuff to us. Sometimes they tell us and sometimes they don't even tell us. So for now, the burden kind of falls on us to critically think about what we see and remember that a lot of the stuff filling influencers' lives is just misleading. If they didn't pay for it and if they are promoting it or featuring it, it's not fair for us to compare ourselves to them because we would have to spend our own money to have the same things. You don't have to have an expensive doll for your kid or aesthetically pleasing cookware or these fancy clothes. Influencers only have them because it's their job and they got it for free, but we have to stop wanting to have the things they have. And I realize that their job is to sell us that stuff, like I understand, but we gotta be wiser than this. Some of you may know that I have this other channel where I've been posting for some years with very little success. The past couple years, I was basically trying to grow into the motherhood niche and spend a great deal of effort trying to conform to the cookie cutter mom vlogger type. I was always comparing myself to larger influencers and tried to make my life look like theirs, and it was very unhealthy. At this point now, I've been grappling with questions like, would I own this or that if I was never going to show it online? And the answer I'm finding more and more is that if I'm only going to buy something to put it in a video or in a picture on Instagram to follow a trend, then it's not worth it. It's important we question what we see on social media and stay curious as to why we want the things we want. Before I go, I wanted to share this funny story that happened to me the other day. While I was thinking about consumer habits and stuff preparing for this video, I started wondering how the haul videos I used to watch 10 years ago have affected my habits and relationship with money, even to this day. And funnily enough, that same day I was thinking about all of this, Amanda Mariano posted a video on the evolution of hauls and basically talked about all the things that I was thinking. I'll leave her video in the description box below if you want to check it out. It was really good and thorough as always. Anyways, that wraps up what I wanted to talk about today. Definitely stay tuned because I have a bunch more videos in the works regarding influencers making money and the huge PR unboxing trend and the whole FTC non-compliance stuff, just all of that. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching.